No, man. There we go. There we go. All right. You should be able to see me. You should be able to hear me. This should be working. Okay. Just checking a few things. Not sure why that's the case. Let's see. Stream health is fine. Yeah, looks okay. Just moaning about the resolution. Okay, so I'm going to try this again, so bear with me. I'm going through to check you guys here as well. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. How about now? Okay, any live chats? Cool. Okay, should be able to see this now. If we go to this, all right. I had some. It's a new thing for me, so bear with me. Okay, so first of all, I'm live streaming because I wanted to get it going, and it's complicated. You need special live streaming software, which you then have to connect through to YouTube, and it has to work on your machine and stuff like that. Okay, so we are live streaming now. This should be working. You should be able to hear me, and I'm looking to see how this goes. Let's just have a look if you can see me or hear me. So first of all, I need to know if you can hear me. You should be able to. You definitely should be able to see me because I can see stuff now. Okay, hold on. Let's try this one. Let's see if that works. We should be live now. Just move over here so that we can see my charts. It's actually quite complicated. That's why I have so many browsers open. Okay, no. This is why. Hold on. Could be an issue here. Give me a second. It's got me on the wrong. I know this seems very awkward. It's got me on the wrong things now. Keep streaming. There we go. Okay. So let's go home or to my channel. Cool. Should be good. Just checking. Anyone? Oh, live chat. There we go. No, I want it on. Is that not a problem? Should be good. Maybe I need to change that link. No. I don't need that. But if this works, then I can run some live streaming stuff. So I'm very, very excited about this one. I just want to see if you guys can hear me. Anyone? Nope. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I don't know yet if we're live streaming. I can't tell. But we should be able to. So this is very awkward. This is my first time, everyone. This is my first time live streaming, and it was complicated. And so if I've got it up and running, that's very cool. So what I'm going to do is I've got a go offline soon anyway, but I thought I would do a quick run through the markets and just have a look at what's going on. Okay, so first of all, the daily on the right hand side is where I'm going to take my cues from largely. Although I'm of the opinion that the dollar index has now finished its downtrend and is now potentially looking to climb from this level of support and to continue to climb up. Then we've got 4 viewers. Okay, for some reason I should see live chat and I'm not seeing live chat, which is why I'm wondering if there is. I want to see the live chat, but I'm not seeing anything. Participants. It's almost like a bug. It's weird. I'm going to reload this and see what happens. There we go. Something looks a bit different now. There we go. Oh, there we go. Brilliant. Okay, so what was happening is it wasn't giving me... I feel like one of those... this terrible accent, but I was going to say like one of those Russian strippers on live streaming and not knowing what to do here. So there we go. So you can hear me. That's fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, cool. Okay, first time around, so just bear with me. I'm usually tech savvy, but this was a little bit more convoluted. Graphics cards and whatnot. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this live stream, because I can, I'm going to quickly run through. I've got a webinar at 12, so I've got to wrap up before then. Out. Anyway, the dog is trying to decide what I want to do. So I'm going to run through this. Okay, so on my market analysis video on Sunday, we've broken this downtrend. This is a crucial kind of shift. We've now up, so potentially what could happen, which makes sense, is for price to find support in this area for the dollar index, and then for it to start to climb. Now, the way it works is that the dollar's the biggest kid in the playground. So if it's if it doesn't really have any clear idea where it's going, then the other currencies might kind of do their thing. Also, obviously, if the euro is very bullish or very bearish, that is the one other currency that could possibly move the US dollar. So, but if the dollar knows what it wants to do, in other words, if it's very bullish or very bearish, it will generally just push everyone else out the way. And anyone who isn't moved is generally, then I want to have a look at them, because for separate reasons, like for example, let's say that the dollar was really strong and it was pushing euro down, Aussie down, Kiwi down, but not GBP. Then I would want to see why is GBP strong, and then I'd look at the other GBP pairs, and if they were all climbing, then I'd be very bullish on GBP. So it's kind of like a process of elimination. So the point being here is that the US dollar is definitely overextended and does need to do a retracement. I've highlighted this area, which is 94 and 95. I expect it to continue to climb back up into that. And if it does do that, then the euro dollar, even though the euro dollar now is very close to 1.2 and potentially wants to test that area, that should actually start to drop. And if that's the case, it's likely to break through this daily support level. So if I just go through and mark it. So if I just go through and I just wanted it here, but it's fine. We'll just do it this way and just mark that level. And just disable it and go back to their colors. There we go. Thank you very much. And then just mark that as a potential level for price to break through. So if price drops through that, then that would be a confirmation of it. In the meantime, I want everything else to be trading in line with that. So if I look at GBP, GBP is a lot weaker. That daily chart has dropped. Good, good, good. That daily chart has dropped. Just ask questions as we go, by the way, now that you can hear me. And so that's actually now overextended and potentially could climb to the upside. So I just commented on that because actually you can see that the 4 hours has now gone into an uptrend. Okay, so that's why I'm noticing that. I still think there's a possibility that this could climb up a little bit more before potentially continuing down. Okay, so that's one of the possibilities there. So the problem is, because we have a weekly retracement and a daily kind of change happening, the problem we have is this conflict. What it basically means is that whatever the state of the daily is now, it's likely to change. If it doesn't change today, it's likely to change in the next 48 hours. And so that means that whatever trades I take they better be quick. Like if I'm going to trade this to the upside, I've got to be out in the next few hours. I can't risk being in overnight, because really in the next 10 to 48 hours, this market could change. So that's what it means when there's this issue. So the daily here, look at Aussie dollar. This is really good. Principally, this is a lot more bullish than sterling. So sterling had dropped all the way down. Aussie dollar is looking quite nice and bullish. It's got a nice resistance level up there. So I figure it's going to attempt to continue to climb up to that. So shorter term trades up to that key level make a lot of sense to me. Kiwi dollar. So what was on my list today? So on my list today, I had quite a few things. I'm just going to bring them up so I can have a look at them for intraday trading. Okay, let me just do this one. Cool. So on my list today was intraday long was Aussie yen bullish on this, because principally the Aussie pairs are still nice and bullish. This was a really nice flat level breakout and a retest, and it still looks nice and bullish. It's got a little bit of local resistance there, but once it breaks through that level, I think it's likely to continue on upwards. So I've got to get it past that level, but I think that's a pretty decent one to be at. So I'm going to just hide this one, or what are we going to do here? Let's just do this. So I'm testing ProRealTime, another version, and they're actually sponsoring my data now, so that's pretty cool. So I'm going to use them a lot more because I'm very happy with that. And so let's display the main chart study, which I want up here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll come back to that later. So Aussie yen, I think once we get past this level here, I think that that's a potential level for getting in on it. The next one on my list was Aussie Swissy, for the same reason, same direction. Aussie Swissy looking nice and bullish. It's starting to break fresh highs here. That looks good. The daily looks quite nice and bullish. So that was a nice break of resistance, testing it to continue to climb higher. So Aussie Swissy, I'm good for longs today, intraday. Kiwi yen. Same thing, potential bullish setup actually occurring now. I like the same thing as it's generally more bullish than bearish. It's not the best trend I've seen. It's not the best trend, but it's also broken through a level of resistance and is potentially looking to climb on that one. So that looks good. In fact, you can actually see here, this is where price came back, retested it, and has carried on. So there's a potential setup occurring on that. I don't go lower than the 15 minutes. I go to the 5 minutes, but I don't do the 5 minutes. I go to the 15 minute because slightly less volatile. The spreads are a little bit better at a higher time frame, but also not as volatile. So I just prefer the 15 minutes. Still pretty quick. So Kiwi Yen, nice and bullish on it, and Pound CAD, I actually commented on that. Pound CAD was, the difference is that all the others I've just mentioned now have a daily uptrend. Pound CAD actually has a downtrend, or at least it's very bearish and it's overextended, and it's likely to do a retracement back up. That's really what it's higher risk because I'm going against the longer term. I'm basically, my risk is on the fact that the daily is overextended and it needs to come back and needs to do a retracement, and therefore it's likely to do a move up towards 1.7, 1.71, and that's what I'm taking advantage of on the lower time frames. You can see here now on the 2 hours it's gone into an uptrend, high lows, high highs. The 4 hours done a low and a high, high low. It's almost in a confirmed uptrend. So I'll be keeping an eye on that one. So Pound CAD is up, but the biggest difference is the daily is not in an uptrend. Then I've got gold. So gold is a tricky one because I actually think gold is likely to go lower because of this bearish setup. But to be fair, it has now produced an uptrend. Look at the low on this candle here. So if we just enlarge this, the low on this candle here goes to a high here, then to a higher low here, and then to a high high. So gold is technically in an uptrend now on the daily. I'm not worried about this trend line. That's not a trend line. That line there is really just to highlight this potential triangle, bearish triangle breakout to the downside. Okay, just checking the chats. Brent, dollar Swissy, Euro Kiwi, Euro GBP. Okay, hi, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, this wasn't planned. I didn't schedule this. I will schedule. If I can do this, I'll do it tomorrow as well. I'll just schedule these in and do it around lunchtime if we can. So I'll have a look at those. Okay. Can I put this on top? I wanted to see if I can keep it on top. Doesn't let me do that. Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. No, really cool. Good. You're welcome, and it's really nice. I am trying to build up a little bit of following, and I might have a little bit of a sample of a book that I might send out to you guys soon. I just want to edit it a bit. Could be a bit boring, so I want to make sure I edit it a bit and then maybe send that out to you guys. So this is cool. The whole point of this is testing it so that you get it. So gold is technically in a daily uptrend. So if you look at my analysis that I've posted, I've spoken about it breaking to the downside. That's if it breaks this, but it has actually gone into an uptrend. So right now, I would say gold looks more bullish than bearish, and therefore, I think it's reasonably acceptable to consider trading into the upside. And if you look, you can see high lows, high highs. Excuse me. So that's gold. Also silver, for the same reasons, basically because gold is bullish. Silver is now also produced, give me a second here, what is the high of that? 27.49. Oh no, so we've got a confirmed uptrend on the daily on silver as well. High, low, high, high. And it really is that simple. Like high, low, high, high, which means silver is now, when you think about it, if you're silver is now more interested in testing, investigating higher prices than it is in investigating lower prices. So in other words, it's gone and broken a previous daily high. If nothing else, it's investigating that direction, and it's produced a higher low. So in isolation, it's very, very fresh. It only includes 6 candles, but it's a change to an uptrend. Dow Jones, and then I'll go through and have a look at the others. But I'm so chuffed this works, because I've been wanting to do this for a while. Dow Jones I'm bullish on. Okay, Dow Jones right now, shorter term I'm bullish on. So my weekly, if you watch my weekly analysis on YouTube, it's fine. And it's valid for the whole week, but we can often find that I get one thing in the first half of the week and then the other thing in the other half of the week, and either I'm right in the first half or I'm right in the second half. But the point is that I think if I can do this on a daily basis, then I can say, okay, so today, so all that, I'm not giving financial advice, but all my ideas, I think, on intraday trading are valid for 4 or 5 hours, not more than that. So unless I say so. So Dow Jones bullish on pullbacks into the moving averages, into a previous high, onto a Fibonacci level, onto a round number. Any pullbacks into this area could be, with a nice little green candle, could be a nice move to the upside. We've broken, starting to break through that resistance there. So I would argue Dow looks good, which means NASDAQ probably also looks good. Okay, also looks good. Really nice behavior there. Looks really good. So I'm bullish on those. If I only have 1 or 2 trades I could take today, so far I'd be trading the Dow or the NASDAQ. To me, that's relatively safe by comparison to the other stuff. NASDAQ, Dow Jones, which means S&P, those 3 together always. The safest one probably being NASDAQ, but they all look good. Russell 2000. If you don't know the Russell 2000, it's not a big deal, but it's another one to trade. But of the ones I looked at, it's the least favorite between those. Okay, so those are my ones there. To go short, I had dollar CAD under 1 hour. So let's have a look at it now, because that was this morning. So I'm bearish on dollar CAD. I think it's starting to break into some resistance here. So I'm more bearish on it than I am bullish, if that makes sense. And there might be a flat level here that it wants to break down through. Okay, so more bearish than bullish on dollar CAD. Euro Kiwi. You know, it's interesting. I posted Euro Kiwi I'm bearish on. Okay, pullbacks into this. There's actually a trade on this right now. So it's very cool. Let me show you this. So when I post from ProRealTime, it gives me the option of recording the outcome of the trade. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I put in the trade idea, put in my entry, and then you can play it and it will actually play the outcome on that. So I have tightened my stop loss on that, I think. No, my stop loss, actually, if you go back to the chart, you go back to that chart, you can tighten the stop loss is up here because of the recent highs. So I put it up there as protection, but actually there was a potential entry here where you could put your stop loss a lot closer. So if that was the case, my stop loss would be 1.7705, which is about here. And if the target's the same, that means that that trade setup has become like a 4-to-1 or 5-to-1. Obviously a lot can change as price goes through. I mean, it's breaking through the level, but it's not quite committing to it, but it has broken the previous lows. So far, all of this looks good. Okay, let me have a look at your other questions. Dollar Swissy, probably also more bearish than bullish. In principle, I am bearish on it. In principle, but it's very choppy here. I don't know why that's so good. So the time frames that look less choppy that I prefer is probably here, 2 hours. And you can see there's a bit of a level of support at the moment. There's sort of some buyers above this level, which is annoying, of course. So I'm just going to try something here to bring up my... where is my... I was using the other one a lot more than this. There we go. Ah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. A cue that allows me to just do what I need to do. So I think probably there's some sort of level here that I want to do it. And this is not the correct color. I don't like this color. Fussy, but there's something going on here about that level. It's buyers below it, but I think it's going to ultimately break through that. It should be this color. So there's that. Cool. And then Euro Kiwi, Euro GBP. I had something on Euro GBP. Euro GBP I think is going to retrace. Just having a look at it here on the weekly or monthly. So let's go to the monthly. So monthly, there's a level of resistance here. And another one up above that. And we're largely range bound. Largely. Okay, we're stuck between these ranges. If I go down to the weekly. Oh, one more thing. Go back up to the monthly. That's it's almost an uptrend, isn't it? So from a low to that high is a bit messy, but there's a higher low. looks more bullish than bearish, but it's still range bound, so it can become bearish at the top. And here it is, it's roughly at the top of that range, 0.93. So what I was looking for is a retracement on the daily, ideally. Something here that brings it down either to test this level here, and then carry on, or any retracements down into the moving averages or a fib level. Okay, so if I do draw in fib level, I'm very annoyed. This is not my... Let's just do it this way. It's very complex. This one. Is it this one? Boom. And the colors are off as well. Something's changed. Not happy. Okay. So there we go. So we've got a 382 down to here. That makes a lot of sense to me. A 382 fib down to there. Retracement down to test that level. So for me, what that means is that I would be looking, potentially be looking to go short in the interim, only not that far, down to 9128. So potentially looking for shorting opportunities down to that level. Even though I believe that in the longer term it's potentially bullish, I just think it's taking a bit of a breather. So the question is can I ask you where you post? All the videos that I record are posted to YouTube. I'm trying to be consistent about it. So all of that is posted to YouTube. I also have a chat room through ForexFox that I am part of. So I'll show you. So at ForexFox through Ecofin, I have a chat room, but you subscribe to it generally. You can try it for a week for free. And I post all my videos to YouTube. So any videos that I post here will then go through to my YouTube channel, which you should see, which looks like this. YouTube. Which is tradeallmarketz, in case you don't know about it. So some of you do know about it, some of you don't. There's some videos there. So chats on a daily basis, done on this. But if I do the live streaming stuff like I'm doing now, it'll show up on YouTube anyway. Okay, so it'll do that. And then because I'm using ProRealTime, I wanted to try post from here. So for the first time ever today, I went and I shared an idea. So I go through it and I can share it through to Central Charts, which is built in, and then that posts it through to a website, which looks like this. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then I can put a description on it. But it takes a bit of time for me to do that, so I'm not sure when and where I'll be doing that. But I like the idea. It's pretty cool. The problem is this is already public, and I'm not really at a place yet where I would go public with stuff. I would do it within Trade with Precision, or I would do it within ForexFox, or on my YouTube channel. Okay, so those are the different areas, basically, that I go to. Cool. I just got to keep an eye on the time. I like ProRealTime. I mean, TradingView is cool. So I used to use eSignal. So eSignal was what you paid for. eSignal, TradeStation, there was another one, Q, 3 letters, Q something something. Anyway, and they were like the big charting packages. Really, really impressive. And then TradingView sort of came out, and then I discovered ProRealTime has also been around for a while. And I like ProRealTime because it's very customizable. This is how I like my layout. TradingView makes that very difficult. Plus, my issue with TradingView, it has pros and cons, but my con with it that I don't like is it includes so much other stuff that I don't actually need. I don't need my chart cluttered. I need charts, and I need a watch list, and that's it. And I need the ability to trade, obviously. So TradingView, I think, is going to stick around. I think ProRealTime would be, to me, the next best alternative. If someone is using TradeStation, awesome. So if you're already using those ones, that's fine. But if you don't have a platform, and obviously MT4, if you're using MT4 because you're using algos or because you're using expert advisors or scripts or indicators that you like, that's fine. So, but most of my analysis is done on this because I can build up the charts any way I want. So I've got a whole different series of layouts here. And it's really easy for me to jump between those. So I've even got a scanner that I built in, which TradingView will also have. And then I can do scans on stocks and go look at them. But to be fair, I haven't looked at scans in a while, not on purpose, I just haven't done it. And then I've got different layouts here. So I've got like a 4 charts layout, which looks like this. It's the same stuff. That's pretty cool. Cool. The dog's name is Phoebe, if anyone cares. I've got, that's okay. I've got 2. So I've got, this is Phoebe. This is actually the girlfriend's dog, but that's cool. Hi. Anyway, and I've got another one, which is a puppy, 5 months old, and that's Cleo. So there's a lot of women in this house. It's me and my girlfriend, the 2 dogs, and the mother-in-law. So it's estrogen heavy, but it's all good. It's all good. Trade dog, exactly. So cool. So guys, I think what I need to do is kind of wrap this up. That was my kind of watch list for today. I might come back on in the afternoon. I've got to go ahead and just do a webinar now. What is the webinar? So my webinar now is for ETX Capital. What's moving right now? So it's a live market analysis. So if you want to do that, then I would say if you want to register for that, then just go to ETX Capital and register for any webinars they have. So that's on. If you want to come in on that, you can. It should be free. So cool. And then I'll go through and do that, and then I might come back on and do a bit more of this. But that's it. So I'm going to end the live stream, and that was really cool. It's so good to see you guys jumping in on it. And any questions that you have, she's got a email account. She emails her mom all the time. So yeah, so thank you very much, and it's great, and I love it. So yeah, thanks Joseph. Daniel, good. Guys, stick with it. So this was a practice round. So if I do come on later, that's fine. But otherwise, tomorrow morning I'll be on, and then Friday morning I'll be on and do various things. So I'll try to make sure it's a bit more planned and a bit more structured, and then I'll take you through it, and you can ask questions and stuff. Okay, cool. All right, guys, thank you very much. Right, so now I'm gonna wrap this up. Here we go. I know how to do this. Sorry, I'm just still learning how to do this thing. Alright guys.